Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
All right, this is someone who started out as a first-time storyteller not long ago, coming back to us again and again. So here's Pete, the New Year's baby.
Oh gosh, do over on that. I don't know that I would do any do-overs because it wouldn't have led to right here, right now, me here tonight. Even before I knew the theme for tonight, I wrote a poem at the beginning of the year, and I know you're like, oh my gosh, a poem, this guy? But I'm going to read a poem. It's called The New Year's Baby, and I think it fits with the theme. When New Year's Eve turned to New Year's Day, there was much cause to celebrate. Brenda gave birth. Steve cut the cord. Now a brand new baby had been born. They had tried so hard to conceive, Brenda and her husband, Steve. They'd saved for IVF, considered adopting, hopes, wishes, prayers, never stopping. So when the test had come back, baby, Steve had cried and kissed his lady. They read the books, they prepped the nursery. They went on a baby moon for their anniversary. Her water broke at the party. Her friends just laughed when she said, sorry. Steve hadn't drank a drop. His hands were steady. It was New Year's Eve. They were ready. I'll skip all the gory stuff, but you know the deal well enough. The baby came, the clock struck clear, and Junior was the first baby of the year. A healthy, bouncing baby boy, an angel, a little bundle of joy. They pinched his cheeks and kissed his feet. Their little family felt complete. The news wanted to do a piece. The first baby born this year, at least, in this hospital, in this town. Turned out he was the firstborn all around. They called him the New Year's baby. Everyone did. It was a little crazy. As Steve put Junior down to sleep, he said, this is a resolution I'll actually keep. They took Junior home the very next day. He was growing and eating okay, but something happened rather shocking. By the third, he was already walking. On the fourth and fifth, Steve said, my dear, it looks like Junior's aged a year. Brenda said, my word, a year at least. Call the doctor, call the priest. There was no logical explanation for Junior exceeding the expectations of height, of weight, of even girth. It defied the physics of the earth. His first word was dada. Next was mom. He started walking out on the lawn. It had just snowed. The roads weren't cleared. In 2 weeks, Junior had aged 4 years. Junior was progressing rapidly. By the end of the month, he stood to pee. Potty training had been a breeze. His parents thought, just slow down, please. Junior was the star of his basketball team. He grew an inch between every game, it seemed. The awkward years of the middle grades all flew by in a couple days. They already missed the new baby smell, after bath snuggles, and even hell, the diapers and the yucky stuff. They'd give anything to have it back. By Valentine's Day, Junior was a teen. He wrote a love note for Charlene, a neighbor girl. He had a crush. She said, let's start as friends. What's the rush? Steve thought about his young loves. He gave Junior a big hug. He told him it's better to have loved than lost, but he had his fingers crossed. Junior turned 21 on St. Patty's Day. Steve took him to a bar called O'Shea's. They did shots. They had a blast. But Steve thought, man, they grow up fast. Brenda still thought of her son as the baby who sucked his thumb. She'd go into his room, and she wept. His face still looked the same when he slept. April came and April showers. Junior complained about his hours at the job. They weren't enough. In this economy, things were tough. Steve agreed. He lent his ear. At O'Shea's, they drank their beer. To give advice was Steve's aim, but Junior just wanted to watch the game. In May was when their ages crossed. Junior was senior. Steve felt lost. Their relationship was feeling distant, but it seemed like time passed in an instant. Junior now had a junior of his own, Steve the Third, as he was known. To Steve the First, it was a paradox, from no kids to dad to grandpa in 5 months. In June, Junior had his midlife crisis. He leaned into all his vices. Drinking too much, he started smoking. He bought a Porsche. You must be joking. Brenda couldn't believe her little boy went through all the days with little joy. She was worried about his health. He wasn't taking care of himself. They got together July the 4th. Junior admitted he got divorced. Steve and Brenda exchanged glances. They had never even met Nancy. They blinked and it was the end of August. Steve III was off at college. Junior had an empty nest. He called his dad, sounding depressed. So September was when he moved back in. Mom, Dad, and Junior together again. It felt like no time had passed at all. They really had a lovely fall. October winds left bitter stings. Junior started forgetting things. First it was funny, then it wasn't. What do you do with an aging loved one? The early November came and went. The nursery was repurposed for hospice. Junior read a lot. He barely ate. He lost some hair. He lost some weight. Thanksgiving came and they were thankful. They could wheel Junior to the table. He said the prayer and passed the peas, but for most of the meal he was fast asleep. Steve III came for Christmas. Everyone got everything on their wish list. Nancy showed and kissed Junior's neck. She wanted to pay her last respects. Steve and Brenda prepared to say goodbye. They prayed to God. They wondered why. Their baby wasn't yet a year, but Junior's time to go was near. New Year's Eve, they watched the ball, perched atop a pole so tall. Junior was sleeping. His skin was cold. He looked nearly 100 years old. In the last few minutes of the year, Junior's eyes opened. They were clear. He started to speak. His voice was strong. He told his parents there was nothing wrong. Junior explained, there's glee and grief in every life, no matter how brief. He said, Dad told me about love that's lost. Mom taught me love hard, no matter the cost. He said in life there's joy and pain, there's sunny days, but also rain. Without the rain, nothing could grow. The countdown started. He said, it's time I go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Junior bid his last goodbye. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Steve and Brenda waved to their son. A few months later, they discussed it. Trying again, would they trust it? Brenda wanted to, Steve didn't mind, but Steve had his fingers intertwined. Another year came and went, hours, minutes, seconds spent. Did they have regrets, they wondered? They knew they weren't getting any younger. They tried again with guarded hearts, awkward moments, fitful starts. And as the memory of Junior lingered, Steve began to uncross his fingers.